I'm working on a set of neurospines that belong to Dimetrodon. Normally, his spines, if you did your fingers out like this, his spines would go like that, but over time and due to the pressure of being fossilized, they've kind of come together like this. So I'm using a tool called an air scribe that uses compressed air to vibrate this needle back and forth hundreds of times a second. So it helps to just flake away little bits of the rock, the matrix at a time. And like I said, the guy I'm working on, the critter, is called Dimetrodon. And he's a guy who lived here in Texas about 285 million years ago. He is not a dinosaur, and he is a type of animal we call a synapsid. Mammals are synapsids too, and he is actually more closely related to mammals than he is to dinosaurs. In real life, Dimetrodon would have been probably in the 10 to 15 foot range of length, depending on which species we were looking at, and he probably weighed between 400 and 500 pounds. He was the apex predator, the biggest meat eater. He had 2 different types of teeth. That's what his name means, 2 sizes of teeth. He had big fangs in the front and smaller fangs on the back of his jaws, and they were all serrated. So he could sort of bite through whatever it was he was looking to eat. Most of what he ate were amphibians, and also some freshwater shark that happened to live in the area. And having amphibians and sharks in your habitat lets you think that probably that was a pretty wet habitat. A lot different than what North Texas looks like today.
What do you think the sail was for?
We don't know 100%, but looking at animals in the past and in the present that have had sails, there's a couple of ideas. One is that it could be used for thermal regulation. It would be, you could turn, have it go sideways into the sun so that it could absorb heat if he needed to warm up a little bit. The other thing is that that sail was about a good 4 feet tall, so it made him look a lot bigger. So if he needed to look a little bigger to kind of be able to protect territory or kind of scare off maybe other critters that would have been coming that way. And then the final way is the way that, animals use a lot of fancy things to attract a mate. And one of the ways that you would see that is that, it takes a lot of energy to produce something like a sail. And so if you've got a nice, healthy sail, it shows that you've got a pretty healthy genetic makeup and you might make a good partner for that other critter.